This week's Michigan Lottery Excellence in Education winner is Sean DeSarbo. Sean, we have a video from your nominator. Let's take a look.
Okay.
Hi, Mr. D. I nominated you because you were an amazing elementary school principal. I remember when I was in kindergarten during March's Reading Month, how after we spent all our hard work reading, you rode in a monster truck, and that was really cool. Thank you for being an amazing principal.
And I also nominated you because you are a good principal and you do good things, like make kids laugh by using banana phones, and you help others and you're kind to others, and you never give up, and you make many lives better. And one last thing is you are amazing, so I hope you have a good day.
Bye, Mr. D.
Sean,
Wow.
what do you think about that?
Well, I've been in education for 26 years, and I've learned over those 26 years that relationships are more important than anything. So when I see that tells me I've done my job. I wanted to build relationships with all the students I come in contact with and their families. So that's very heartwarming.
Yeah, you've done something special. You've impacted somebody's life.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, and we've received this amazing letter as well, and from the mom, I think, or the dad. You know, someone has made a big impact on your life. And as I sit here crying, trying to type this letter, it's hard to find the perfect words to describe Mr. D. However, excellent, amazing, caring, compassionate, and family comes to mind. Why do you do what you do?
I think for me personally, school was a struggle. I was identified with a learning disability early on. So school never came easy. So that drove me to want to go into education, because I had good teachers along the way that took the time to get to know me as an individual. And I wanted to do the same for other students. And I do believe that any student can be successful if you take the time to get to know them as an individual, and then provide them with all the tools and support that they need.
You know, and as a principal, you have so much on your plate that you're handling a large school, which is like a community. How do you have the time to be with the students too, which obviously you're taking time out to be with the students and building those relationships?
Well, knowing that relationships is number one to me, I prioritize my time. I try to be in the classrooms, in the lunchroom, on the playground, outside before school, outside after school, so that I can build those relationships with the students and the families. The downside to that is there's a lot of non-people work that still has to get done as a principal. The phone calls, the emails, the paperwork. So that turns into a very long day. I try to do a majority of that in the morning or late at night. So as teachers, principals' work seems to be never finished.
Can you ever imagine doing anything else?
No.
This is your calling then. Why do you think that is?
That one's tricky. Like I said, my own personal experiences, I think have made it so that I could, try to find ways to help students that were in the same situation succeed. And so,
did you have a teacher that influenced you?
I did.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
I had a teacher that took the time to pull me aside after class one day and said, I know that you're trying, and I know that you're feeling frustrated. I'd like to, work with you outside of the class time. Spoke to a counselor for me. And that teacher, because she took the time to get to know me as an individual and build that relationship with me, she was able to get me the support and the tools I needed to succeed. So.
And now you're pushing her legacy forward through what you do.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you always wanted to be a teacher?
I enjoy people, so I knew that I always wanted to be in a profession where I was around people. I just think it evolved as I went through my own schooling to figure that I wanted to be an educator.
Well, I want to read you this letter because it's important. And it says, I nominated you, Mr. DeSarbo, for the Michigan Lottery Excellence in Education Award because of the critical role you played in ensuring my children were successful at Paddock Elementary during some of the hardest years of my life. When I sustained my brain injury in 2016, I struggled tremendously. My saving grace was the fact that I had you on my side. Anytime I needed help with anything, you were a phone call or an email away. You were always willing to lend a helping hand, and you reassured me that everything was going to be okay, and it was. I cannot thank you enough for everything you've done for our family over the years. You're such an amazing person. Your bright smile and warm demeanor can make anyone's day better in an instant. You've made such a big impact, not only on my life, but for both of my children's lives as well. Any student that is lucky enough to have you as their principal will understand this. You are kind, so thank you for always being so positive and pushing through everything that is thrown in your direction. Paddock Elementary faculty are amazing, and we're so lucky to be able to attend. I know these last few years have been trying, but I hope that you continue to shine bright and keep pushing through it all. Thank you for being one of a kind.
Wow.
That brings tears to your eyes.
It does, because anybody in education these past couple of years knows how difficult it's been. And so to have someone recognize that means a lot, because all educators right now are working very hard in some very trying conditions. So,
thank you for what you do.
thank you.
Sean receives a $1,500 check from the Michigan Lottery, and his class at Paddock Elementary School receives a $500 grant. Excellence in Education Awards, sponsored by the Michigan Lottery, providing more than $26 billion to public education since 1972.